So we all know that Anthony Richardson is set to be the starter for week 1. What we don't know is he really ready? First, I'd like to welcome you to the JDW Sports Talk Show where every fan is welcome. If you enjoy Colts content, NFL content like this, make sure you like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. It's a great place to be. We're building a great community, an empire. Get in now while you can. It's going to be a great place to be. You won't regret it. It'll be the best decision of your life. So, is Anthony Richardson really ready? Preseason games, talk about that a little bit. He looked good. He looked good. He also looked bad. He has goods and he has bads. That one pass that he had to Alec Pierce deep, that was beautiful. Right in the breadbasket. But Alec Pierce just couldn't bring it down. He couldn't take it away. Couldn't take that catch in. And it sucks. And hopefully Pierce can get better with that. Now there was another play where he threw to Pierce and it kind of went in and out of Pierce's hands. That was a really difficult catch to make though. And the defensive back was actually holding Alec Pierce a little bit. But it was still out of his frame. Then you have the Kylan Granson throw. He had one really beautiful throw right over the middle of the field between a linebacker and a safety. One of the most difficult throws to make. He made two very difficult throws to make this game. Or last game versus the Bills. That deep ball to Pierce right in the breadbasket where only he can get it. And the throw over the middle to Kylan Granson between the safety and the linebackers. It was a pretty good day. But he also missed a few hitch routes. He did throw some... he was good with the screens. He was looking off defenders on screens like he was a veteran. And for a guy that only had 13 games... who only started 13 games in college, 12 in 2022, he looked much better than I thought he would. Now, in preseason, you also got to take into consideration that the offenses and the defenses are very simplistic, very watered down. They're nowhere near what they're going to be calling in the regular season. But the reason why I think Anthony Richardson will be okay is because Shane Steichen and this Colts staff will not throw anything crazy at him, crazy complicated the first year. I'm more so expecting them to try and work on his mechanics, get those reads down, get some experience. I'm expecting a heavy RPO offense. Now, maybe as the season goes on, they'll progress. They'll start calling some more complicated things. They'll make it more difficult. But, he's looked good. He looked good in the preseason game for what he had. And, how long is it going to take for him to really be able to take the step? You look at the Josh Allens of the world. You look at some of the best quarterbacks, mainly Josh Allen. Look at how raw he was coming out. Played at Wyoming. Not the greatest of colleges. Not the greatest of competition. Good. It was decent comp, but not great like the SEC or Big 12. Like the Big 10. They're not. Their competition isn't incredible. But it took Josh Allen a couple of years before he really became into his own. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. Now, I'm not trying to compare Anthony Richardson to him. I'm just saying the situations are similar. And Shane Steichen, Jim Bob Cooter, there's some incredible people, some incredible coaching staff for Anthony Richardson. I think he really got away with some good coaching staff here. Really got fortunate. And another thing to mention is how his mental structure is. How incredible his mental structure is. He's only, he's very young, very, very young. And it seems like he carries himself like he's 30, like he's a veteran, like he's been in the league for 4 or 5 years. Like saying things like, oh, I want my legacy to last forever. I want to be known for forever. I want to be great here, but I know that my spot isn't guaranteed. And if I start playing bad, well, I'm not going to have it for forever. It's very easy to be cocky at a young age and be that talented as he is. Now, he's talented, but he's got a long way to go to be a talented quarterback, passing quarterback. And another thing is, with his running ability, it seems like Jonathan Taylor is going to make is going to make his return when he's 100% healthy. Chris Ballard said he will, and that's what has been keeping him out. But we know that there's contract situations going on. The agent going at it. The agent and the owner going at it. If Jonathan Taylor plays, it's only going to make it easier and better for Anthony Richardson. If he doesn't, I think it's still going to be more than doable. I think he's still going to be able to get that job done. It's just going to make it that much easier and that much better on an entire offense. So Richardson, for who he is, his work ethic, and the way he just carries himself, would not shock me if he does eventually come into his own. But right now, he is not ready to take on a fully complicated offense, a full NFL playbook. I think he's got to get some simple things down first, and I think Shane Steichen, Jim Bob Cooter, these guys will keep it simple and progress him as they think he should, as time goes on, as he develops into a better player. It's going to take time. It's going to take a long time. Josh Allen, it took, his first 2 years weren't great, but his third year, he took that leap into an incredible quarterback. At the time, the leap that the kind of leap that he took, he was considered the second best quarterback in the National Football League, only behind Patrick Mahomes. But is Anthony Richardson ready? Do you guys think he is? I think he is for certain things, for certain situations. Like a heavy RPO offense is a great way to get his feet wet and get him into the door and really get him just, looking at the field, getting that experience. He's going to benefit much more from sitting on that sideline, looking at that clipboard. You can only learn so much and get so much better from the clipboard. You don't get the experience. And the experience, at the end of the day, is what's going to make him a better player and a better franchise quarterback. So be patient. And I really, as I say that, I think the Colts are going to come out strong, because there's not a lot of film on this offense, with Anthony Richardson, with Shane Steichen being the head coach. There's a lot of, Jim Bob Cooter being involved. There's a lot of different elements of this offense that teams will not know of until a couple weeks into the season. But then I could see, and especially if it's a very simplistic offense like an RPO. Would not shock me if the Colts came out really strong and started, let's say they start 3-1, 3-2, 4-2. But it also would not shock me, they start strong, but then they really, really lose momentum as the season goes on, because teams are going to have that tape. They're going to know how to stop that simplistic offense. They're going to know how to keep Anthony Richardson helmed in a little bit. They're going to see the things that he's struggling with. But also, another thing is, in that preseason game, he was so confident. The way he was in the pocket, he was cool, calm, collected, didn't go crazy. There was one time where he really panicked and he made a bad play, and he made it into a disaster. It was that interception. Now, whatever happened there, the wrong route ran, whatever, it was still an interception, and it's still, he made a bad play into a disaster. So, is he ready? That's my final question. You guys give me your thoughts, your questions, even questions in the comment section below. Give me your thoughts. Do you think he's ready? How much do you think the Colts are going to throw at him early on? What are your season, kind of your stat predictions for him? You guys let me know what you think. Thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. If you enjoy Colts content, NFL content, make sure you like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. This is a place for you to be. But last but not least, I want to give our members a shout out. Our members, I appreciate you guys so much for further supporting the show. Marshman and Red the Rat, and I don't ever want any of you guys to feel like you have to become a member to be part of the community. But if you do become a member, you're given a little extra, so you get a little extra back. I may ask you for your position rankings when we do that. I may ask you for some predictions on some of the week's top games. Maybe just the primetime games. There's going to be some extra things that you get along with being a member. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. This is JDW Sports Talk Show, signing off.